Hello guys, what is up? Long time no chat. I bet you've been wondering where I've been. Well, unfortunately I did suffer from a mild traumatic brain injury 3 weeks ago. Yeah, funny story. Baby Zach bonked me in the head so hard with his own head. He got me right between the eyes and I ended up in the ER and on bed rest for almost 3 weeks. He was totally fine, but I got really hurt and fortunately I feel a lot better now. So I'm so glad to be making a video for you today. So a lot of you guys over the years have asked me about how to deal with the challenges of an interfaith or interracial relationship. And this is a really special question to me because my own relationship is an interfaith relationship. And I know from personal experience that these types of relationships can come with their own unique sets of challenges. I am by no means an expert, but I do have some personal experience as well. I used to be a therapist, so I've met a lot of couples who are in interracial or interfaith relationships. With a few tips, they can be a lot easier to navigate. So this video is going to give you some tips on how to deal with one of these relationships, whether you're in one now or you think you might be in the future. Oh, also, if you haven't already subscribed, you definitely should, and come and follow me over on Instagram and TikTok too, because I make a lot of other content on relationships over there that I do not put on YouTube. So make sure you are joining in the party over there. Now let's get right into it. First things first, guys, if you are in any relationship with someone who has had a different upbringing than you, whether that's different ethnicity, different cultures, different value, different religion, literally anything, there is so much to learn. Get ready for a lot of listening, a lot of learning, a lot of time spent really trying to understand their culture, learning all of the nuances. Family members are probably going to have a lot to share, and your partner may have a lot to share about the way they grew up and about the things they like about their culture, maybe the things they don't like about their culture. As a partner, your job is simply to listen and do your very, very best to understand. And if you do have a question about something, don't be afraid to be a little awkward. You can ask the question. If they're a great partner, they're going to understand and they're going to say, oh, that's awkward or weird, or no, it's not, and here's the answer. But if you're really in a relationship and you really want to go there, no question is too awkward. So just ask away and try your very, very best to see things from their perspective. Learning about another human being is never something that can happen overnight. So do not expect to just know everything, do a weekend course on someone's culture and then just know it. When I was getting ready to marry Nathan, I had to spend a lot of time, and I did not convert to Judaism, and his family is actually not very religious anyway. So for us, we had minimal problems with actually family members and getting ready for the wedding, but there was still a lot to learn about his family and their cultures. Both of Nathan's grandparents are Holocaust survivors, so I really wanted to learn more about their story. Actually, only his grandmother was alive at the time, but I wanted to learn as much as I could because I wanted to understand his history. I think learning is a really, really big part of understanding your partner and really where they come from, and really having respect for that culture. So just know that learning is not going to happen overnight. Second, guys, in addition to learning, you're also going to have to really be ready to teach, and to teach with patience. So just like you're learning about their culture and being patient, they're also going to be learning all about you and trying their very best to get it. And sometimes they're not going to get it. So just be prepared that you are always going to be trying your very best to help them understand that piece of who you are. And that may take time for them, just as it takes time for you to learn. Be prepared to be teaching and educating in a really patient way. And if your partner is someone who really, really loves you and is open-minded, they are going to put the effort forward to really get that information from you, from your family members. Maybe they're going to do a little research on their own as well, and that will help them respect your culture too. Also, guys, you want to make sure that you surround yourself with people who are fans of your relationship. You do not want people with opinions or people who are very close-minded to come in and impact your relationship in any way. There very well may be people like that who try to interfere. Hopefully for you guys, those people are not family members, but I've heard examples of times where, families have really specific ideas of who they want their children to marry or be with, and that can be really heartbreaking in a lot of relationships. So hopefully you don't have to deal with that, but there still may be people who are in your life who just don't understand. And the key to making your relationship successful is that you cannot listen to what these people say. If you love this person, if they are your soulmate, then you should not let the opinion of Uncle Joe or Tracy down the street impact your relationship in any way. And I know that can be really hard when people are talking. So at the end of the day, if you are around around people who love and support you, maybe who are in a relationship like yours themselves, who can like understand where you guys are coming from, that is really helpful to maintaining a positive mindset and just knowing that you are loved and that you've done absolutely nothing wrong by being in an interfaith or interracial relationship in the first place. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. One of the biggest questions that I hear from subscribers is like how to win their parents over. Parents and grandparents can be super tricky when it comes to dating and relationships, period. But then when you add culture into the mix, it can be so challenging. So if you're dealing with a parent or grandparent who is giving you trouble, who isn't coming around, in my experience of working as a therapist, these people sometimes do come around. It just takes a bit of time and getting to know you, the person, and getting over their own issues of why things didn't work out the way that they envisioned it. A lot of times it's nothing personal to you, it's just to do with their own expectations. When they start to realize who you are and that you love their son or daughter, then that's a very, very important step in the right direction. So if you are having trouble with a parent or a grandparent, try not to let it discourage you, because a lot of times these people do come around and it can be a really, really positive experience. I strongly believe that if you have met the person that you're meant to be with for the rest of your life, that you can overcome any obstacle. And in life, in marriage, there are going to be a lot of obstacles thrown at you, period. So sometimes I even think like getting an initial difference out of the way and working through that actually makes you stronger as a couple and helps give you and help you develop the tools to be successful in the long run. So while this is something that does challenge you and challenges you a lot at first, I actually think it can be very, very wonderful for the strength of your own relationship. It can really bond you together. I think that's really special when you see it happen. I want you guys to know that every culture, every race, every upbringing is unique and special. And at the end of the day, everybody has their own unique and beautiful culture. Everybody's culture should be respected and honored. If you find the person that you were meant to be with, they will honor that and respect that just as much as you do. Leave a comment below and share with the Love community if you want to share what your experience has been like and how you've worked through some of the challenges of that relationship. All right, guys, I love you all, and I will see you next week for another video all about relationships. Bye, guys.